there's qualified people getting overlooked, and and it's based off the color of their skin, which is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Racism to me is ridiculous. It's like, we don't get a choice of what color of skin we're gonna have. We don't get a choice of a background. We don't get a choice of who our parents are and their backgrounds. We don't get a choice. And you're living your life off of something that you've been taught. You've been taught hate and taught to separate and it's weird to me. It doesn't make any sense. It still doesn't, especially a lot of stuff going on today, because America's diverse already.
On the same team, leave it right there. The only thing that we declare, we're on the same team.
Yo, Deuterino.
Yo, Debo, LA's premier boxing trainer with bars right there.
Right? You like that? I mean, listen, I know what's coming up today, and that's a little bit of a prequel, but I tell you what, man, I feel like we needed to hear some words this morning to get us on the right track of what we got going on today. What you think about Steve Gomez's 1-2 on racism?
I mean, he was preaching. We've been taught to hate and to separate. He got me moving. I was ready to get out my chair and start raising a fist.
Telling you, man. There's a lot of interesting things going on out there, Deuter. A lot of stuff out there. And just because of it today, we are going to do a special Dude and Debo. Excuse me. We are going to do a little bit of an old school. If you've been following the show for a while, we're going to be doing a high five today, which actually reminds me, I got to pull up my board. I have a different board for the high five. I got to do that in a second. But
did you write the high five?
Say again?
Did you write the high five?
I wrote the. Yeah, I got my five.
Okay.
I got my.
I'm just checking because I didn't prepare a high five. I prepared a different game.
Oh, I prepared a high five. I prepared a 100% Kumite up high five. Bring your best pieces to the soup for the high five. But yeah, that's what we got coming up. And I'm gonna actually, if I can grab it.
It feels like our anniversary show.
Well, how's what?
Where you're all prepared, and I'm like, I got Cardi B.
You got Cardi B. Listen, man, I ain't mad at Cardi B only because it was it was really amazing, the video, just watching it. And other than the fact that my son's watching me today, I'd probably play it. But since he's watching, I probably won't watch the Cardi B video. Oh wait, that's the one with the background. What's the one with Steve on? Just Steve.
There's qualified people getting overlooked.
Yeah.
And based and it's based off the color of their skin, which is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Racism to me is ridiculous. It's like, we don't get a choice of what color of skin we're gonna have. We don't get a choice of a background. We don't get a choice of who our parents are and their backgrounds. We don't get a choice. And you're living your life off of something that you've been taught. You've been taught hate and taught to separate and it's weird to me. It doesn't make any sense. It still doesn't, especially a lot of stuff going on today, because America's diverse already.
I mean, he said it so wonderfully. And I just want to make sure we play it again before we get this tone, man, to get it real, because we are going to dive into America's soup today. We're going to dive into what's really going on in the country. If you're in the country, this is what you eat for dinner 5 days a week. Trust me, you're in this soup, and we're in this soup with you, so we're going to do a high five with it. But before I get to it,
Swanson TV dinner.
Before I get to it, dude, everything good with you? Everything all right? We all right? We good to proceed?
Oh man, I'm good. I got my booster shot yesterday. I got 6G now on my phone. I didn't even know it came with 6G, but I got all the bars. I got spoons sticking to my neck, which is real convenient. If I'm carrying a bunch of stuff to the dinner table, I just slap it on there, and it's easy.
It's just something to take
yeah, but it's all good. I got boosted and had a good weekend.
Congratulations on the booster.
And here we are.
Congratulations on the booster. I'm in line for mine, but we're definitely going to get all boosted up here for the new COVID season. But you know what? Let's go ahead and bring in our guests, brother. We've got a couple of people that we're going to bring out. One, I believe, has his own music, so I'm not going to worry about bringing out his stuff. What's this right here? Ooh, is that even coming through? It's all sidetracked in my ear, so I can't even hear it. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm like,
Music?
did you get the? It's like Italian, like a.
Right.
Yeah, you feel
All right.
yeah.
Now, when you put it in that context, now I'm good.
That makes sense then. Yeah, just a little bit of cooking music. Bringing out Chef Chris, ladies and gentlemen, a great chef, friend of ours, friend of the show. Let's give him a nice warm welcome to Chris Sorensen on the show. Give him a warm ding. I guess that's my bell. That's my that's my round of applause there.
Greetings from the Carolinas.
There it is. There it is.
is.
I like them Carolinas.
From the Carolinas.
The Carolinas. How is it? I heard the weather out there in the Carolina is different than it is in California. I'll just give you the blue sky synopsis here with 72 degrees. How is everything out there in Carolina there, brother?
I haven't seen 72 degrees in maybe a month.
Wow.
It hasn't gone above 50 in the last 2 weeks. Damn. It was literally frozen 24 degrees, 25 degrees the other morning. I had to scrape ice off my windshield.
See, that's when I leave.
Right? Come on.
Excuse me, sir. What was that? It's ice. All right, I'm out.
And apparently you're not pour hot water on it. I'm like, I don't know why though. It's ice, right?
Yeah, melt ice. It would make sense to me.
It doesn't that way around here, yeah. So,
fact or fiction? The number one winter delicacy in the Carolinas is Bigfoot soup.
Ooh.
Maybe in the up north towards Boone.
Boone, North Carolina.
But in Boone, North Carolina.
Chris, today we're going to have you on, and I think we're also going to be doing a little bit extra soup building as well as soup making. I might turn on the camera at some point so those of you there at the YouTube land can see us, and I double-checked my message board. I have no messages. But we are going to be making a soup today while we make some soup today. Chris, tell me what soup we're making here so people can get all their ingredients. And I know I'm ready, but let them know what we're making here.
Well, I sent you the ingredient list the other day. Today we're just going to do a quick and easy, real easy. And I want to emphasize the easy part because a lot of people think soup is hard. It's not hard.
Okay.
It's really easy. So we're doing a real easy, simple chicken tortilla soup today. You know, nothing too fancy, but trust me, it's good on a nice cold day. You guys wouldn't. I don't know when you guys are gonna have a cold day, but for me out here, it'll be perfect.
You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my soup. I already planned it. I'm gonna make my soup, and then we're gonna have it for dinner when it actually gets cold around here. And so we're gonna wait for the evening to get it. But I have an assistant with me today. You can kind of see her roaming around here. Chris said it was easy, and I was like, is it easy enough for a child to do it? Let's find out. So we're going to have a child of 8. Are you 8 years old? Okay, she's 8 years old. And she's going to be putting together the soup together for us, Chris, in full compliance. So I can even get out of her way to know that's where the soup's going on. So any direction you need to give is going to go through me to her, and we will get the soup going. How sound good?
That sounds good.
All right. Let's get our first instruction. Let's get her going here, so we know where to start. Where are we starting off with this soup? Wait, before we do, do you guys hear that music there in the far background? I kind of hear like someone's just walking in as if I don't know, like he owns the place or something like that. Do you guys? Is it coming through? It's not coming through. I guess I can't. No, I guess. Oh, I'm just off. Maybe press the button again and
it's stuck in the soup.
Stuck the soup button. Oh man, sticky fingers. It just won't. It won't. Well, no music. Oh, is it music? Well, that's sad. That's sad face. Wait for it. Well, now you muted yourself. Okay.
It's like waiting for water to boil.
It's a sad day. My headphones. I have my funky music playing.
At least we're
white boy.
We're nothing but on cue around here.
Well, it's a holiday week. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. All right.
You can't expect me to be perfect today.
I don't. But I expect nothing but the best soup from you. So, okay. So we got G in the house, as you heard him come in, and we are going to be doing a high five again today. Hopefully with a kumite, if we can get the music pulled up, we'll see. But Chris,
I'll try.
Let's hop into the soup before we get into the soup. Okay. What do we got here first?
All right. Well, we're gonna need a cooking vessel. We're gonna need something to hold all this stuff in. So we're gonna need like a pot or something.
You was right. What kind of pot you want? That's the wrong kind of pot.
I like a nice.
My bad.
Yes, because you thought the pot, and he was like, "Hey, get a vessel," and he was like, "Bitches, come on!" And like, so, so all of a sudden he was like, "Bring the pot," and it was like, "Okay, Daddy, we got it." And it was like, "Oh, wrong pot." Okay, thank you. Okay, I got a pot. Okay, it was and I don't piss in it. It's just one pot. Okay, here you go, Miss. Here you go.
I think he was like, "You should make soup more often." All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. I should on your list. We should have had 2 things of chicken broth.
That's true.
Okay.
Yep, that's true.
All right. Do we have
it?
Go ahead, Chris.
All right. Do we have an onion?
We do have an onion. Do we need to get that out?
We're gonna need to get that onion out.
Okay.
We're going to give it a quick little. You might have to help out with a little rough chop of that onion.
A little rough chop of the onion. Okay.
All right. We're gonna throw that in the pot and we're gonna cook it down a little bit with some olive oil.
Okay. This is the white onion, right? We're just gonna chop a white onion down. Okay, and we're putting some. We're gonna chop it up. Throw in some olive oil. You say in the bottom of the pan.
The pot.
Okay. All right.
Everything's gonna be cooked in the pot. We're not changing, but everything's in that pot.
I was so excited. I got 2 pots out. I was like, "Come on, man! I don't do dishes, man. Let's just hope this is one pot." So as she's grabbing the soup, she's going to start. I'll help her chop up the onions here in a second. But Chris, I'm going to give you first grab at this. Steve said it best. This country is diverse already. But the diversity of this country means that we've got problems. And just like any good family, we don't like to talk about our problems, but man, we got problems, man. We got problems, Chris. And other than this onion, what can we throw in the soup first? What is your first newsworthy item in the last 2 months that has hit the spectrum that you want to bring to the soup today? I'm gonna go chop this onion, Chris. What you got?
All right. Well, I got a couple, but one of them, I'm a real big fan of like the good news, right? The stuff that makes you happy, stuff that's. Because like you said, this world is hard. So one of my things that I was reading the other day is that a 12-year-old girl, Ethiopian girl who was adopted by some parents in Wyoming, she had a teddy bear that she was given the day she was adopted when she was 4 years old. She traveled to Wyoming. She went to Wyoming to live with her new parents. They went to Yellowstone or one of those parks, the big Yellowstone park out there. She lost that teddy bear. She's had it for her whole life. She's 12 now. She lost that teddy bear. She went back to her home in Chicago, where their parents, where they live now. Devastated. So her mom, like we all do nowadays, uses the social media platform. Goes on there and says, hey, shows a picture of her daughter, this and that. We lost the teddy. She's been real devastated. It's been tough. Shares her backstory, things like that. Well, this park ranger just so happened to see her post that day. Just so happened to be walking down a trail that was closed due to grizzly bear sightings.
Oh, man.
And there, sitting in the middle of the trail, was this teddy bear. She picked it up, got it all, whatever you need to do, got in touch with the family, got the teddy bear sent back to Chicago. The teddy bear, I would like to say, is now safe and sound back home. And, like I said, the stuff like that, like it took, I guess the video had like over 1 million likes. People were calling, trying to find this teddy bear, trying to get someone to get this thing. Finally got hold of it. Finally got back to this little girl and stuff like that, man. Because I got kids, man. Trust me, they like those certain toys that they have, and that's they don't want to give them up. So, hats off to those people. Hats off to that park ranger, man. Going down there, grizzly bears.
Hats off to the bears for treating the teddy bear as one of their own. Because if that was like a stuffed lamb or a stuffed fish, those bears probably rip it to shreds.
Oh yeah, it's dead. It's not making it.
That's a heartwarming story, Chris. I'm so happy that you decided to lead us off with some good fruits and berries in the soup, man. Because it's
I got a couple bad ones. I got some harsh ones, but I just that just. I don't know. It's just something to start off with, man. We make a soup. It's raining today for me.
Well, okay, grizzly bear. We'll throw that in the mix. Grizzly bear. We like grizzly bear.
Yeah, I like that.
Grizzly bear. G,
Find a bear instead of build a bear.
G with your find a bear. Did it come with a heart? I just put it inside. G, what do you got here in the soup of the day there in the witness protection program over there? Are you allowed to talk about soup? I don't even know.
You know, I do love me some bear.
Oh.
It can be a little bit gamey, but I will eat me some bear.
Sounds like a man who's had some bear soup.
I have had some bear stew.
Are we still talking about eating things, or are we talking about something else? We talking about the same thing?
No,
okay,
I'm talking about bear.
Okay, bear. Okay, bear.
Bear.
I met a few bears who wanted to eat me. But
yeah. And I'm happy today because I received, finally, my line crossing jacket for my frat.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, I did.
And throw your frat out there. Shout out your frat.
Omega Psi Omega Military
Omega
Fraternity
Psi Omega.
Military Fraternity Inc. So
today you got your letter.
I am waiting on that, but I do have my gear. Our Prez wants to send out the letter and our pen and our paddle all at the same time.
Did you say paddle?
Yeah. Paddle.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
I'm looking forward to the paddle.
Still a thing.
That's old school fraternity.
That's what I'm saying. It's still a thing. What we gonna do?
Yes, it is.
Hey, did you send them a pin? Yeah. Did you get the letter? Absolutely. Hey, bro. What? We're all out of paddles. Damn.
Yeah, that's what
bro.
happened.
Could you go to the paddle store?
He has to handmade our paddles now. So I'm quite happy that we're getting our paddles.
Before I wonder which you are, a freshman or sophomore. 1 freshman, 2 sophomore.
I know a couple of bears who want me to make a paddle for them.
G, what do you got? What are you adding to the soup? What do you got to the soup today?
I am adding that more good news.
Okay.
No bad news.
All right.
Good news Monday.
Good news.
Well, it's kind of
for
weird.
Real Monday.
It's weird news. Well, you know my ex-wife.
I do.
And you are my daughter's godfather.
I am. These are things I know.
And you know that I told you that they had an issue last week.
I do know these things. I do know these issues.
So
yes.
this week when she came over to pick her up, they were all lovey-dovey.
Oh. Okay,
exactly.
So this is a heartfelt news story. Okay, I like this.
They were all lovey-dovey
and
podcasting and hugging and laughing together.
So in the news story, you're throwing out mom and child reunite after major fallout.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
you remember last
week. I do remember this story. I do remember this story.
Mom finds child stuffed Thanksgiving turkey in the wilderness, surrounded by other turkeys.
This was a solid personal story. Thank you for sharing it with us, G. It is a mom child switched her major. Mom pulled the rug. There you go. That's the best way I can describe this one. Okay, so child switches the major. Mom pulls the rug. Fallout ensues. And so for an update on this situation is that it looks as though they have reunited and it feels so good. That's another good story. I like to hear good story. Chris is bringing a bear. G is bringing loving connection between mother and daughter. But for some reason, as I slide over to Duder, I don't know why the fuzzy feeling starts to. Baby, you doing those onions?
Before
those
you
onions
get there,
good? Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yes, sir.
How come you don't have an auto chopper for your vegetables?
Ella. That's it. See, I got auto.
That's not auto chopper.
It's auto. I am not doing a thing. This thing is chopping.
Ella, you look so much like your mother. It's so
she can't
great
hear you. She can't
that
hear
you don't look like your daddy.
Okay, well, yeah, that's why we mute him.
I feel a lot better about what I'm going to say, knowing your kid can't hear what I'm saying.
Try that again, Chris. One more time.
I said, get them onions and go ahead and put those onions in the pot, sweetheart.
Oh, okay, but baby, he says that's good for the onions. Go ahead and throw them into the right here, right into the pot. I couldn't say
Right
pot.
in the pot.
All right, you gonna knife it? She's gonna knife scoop it, or you want a scooper? Scooper. Okay, get a scooper. All right, onions are going in the pot there next, there, Chris. And then what?
All right, hit it with a little bit of olive oil. We're gonna cook them down for a couple minutes till they get a little bit like translucent. You can see through them.
Oh, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? The sizzle.
SAT word.
Yeah, that's the sizzle right there, baby. All right, the onions are going in the pot. It smells good. Kids are like, so we're eating soup? Yes, you're eating soup. Make those good feelings go away, Duder. What do you got for the high five soup today?
I'm going to start with my only positive.
Why would you do that?
soup,
Well, end with that. That way we have somewhere to go. No, I'm kidding.
Market Watch does this inflation report, and they come out with kind of what the average cost is for certain things, and that's how we track inflation.
Right.
So they said the average Americans are paying $100 to $200 for a concert ticket, which is fine. I can get along with that. I pay that.
Okay.
Average Americans are paying $5 for a gallon of gas. All right. I'm in the fours here in Nevada. I assume that means in California you guys are in the fives.
Yep.
I don't know how what that means for the rest of the country. California is at the average, but here's the one that caught my eye.
What do you? Hey, Chris, what are you at? What do you got out there in Carolina? What's the prices?
We just broke $3.
God damn it.
Yeah, but it's 24 degrees and he's got to scrape ice off his windshield. So if you want to save $1 a gallon and scrape ice off your windshield, be my guest. But here's the one that caught my eye and the one I wanted to bring to the soup. According to Market Watch, average Americans are paying $90 per bottle for a bottle of wine. Yeah, exactly. You see that? Both of your heads.
Did you just say? Did you just
what? Like what? Did I hear that correctly?
You drop a bill on a bottle?
On a bottle of wine. And look, I like wine. I will spend. I thought I was spending a good amount. Right. I will spend $20 to $40 on a bottle of wine and be like, should I buy this $35 bottle of wine? I don't know. I'm feeling kind of bougie. I buy the $2 check. Should I spend this much? And now I'm realizing that the quote average American is spending 3 times what the top of mine is.
Chris, what you got? What you
got?
Average
American.
Yeah.
This is according to Market Watch. Gee, I don't know,
dude.
They like their wine.
I'm with you. I'm like maybe is it a really good reason for me to try to impress somebody? I will spend $40.
How much, Chris? How much?
$15.99, baby.
Oh, Kim Crawford, look at her.
Oh man, I mean, see, every bottle I have over there is a display item. I guarantee you that they are dusted. I've been brought over from somebody who's like, "This is a really good bottle." I was like, "Great," put it up there, and then
not one of those bottles don't add up to $90.
I guarantee you, 2 of them might, but that's it. Not one bottle. That's for damn sure. Due to that is just, I don't know why you thought that was happy news. That's sad. That's so sad.
I mean, people are drinking good wine. That's happy.
All right,
that's the most positive of the news I'm going to bring.
I'm gonna go ahead and
everybody has to get drunk sometime in America, and they want to really do it.
Do I have a good one? I have a good news item, but I'm gonna save it. Because you guys are you're talking
we'll end
about
on a positive
bears, and you're talking about like families reconnected, and Duder over here. What are you talking about, Duder? Duder talking about wine and shit.
Bougie ass wine.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the elephant, bitches. Kyle. Something house. Kyle in a wrong house. Murder kid. You're not gonna be able to walk down the street for the rest of his life. So ain't you the dude with the gun that kill people? Yeah, that's what I do. Kyle Rittenhouse. Am I saying his name right? Did I get it?
You got it.
Did I get it there? Yeah.
Who really cares if you say it right?
I definitely not me, because you know me. Listen, I won't even say BTE. I won't even try to say it because I don't want to disrespect their name. But this month. My daughter's here. So this guy says, I want to help. And the only way he recognized that he could help was by putting a first aid kit on his hip, a gun on his shoulder, and then shooting 3 people. Now, I got to be honest, man. When I woke up in the morning today and I said I wanted to make him some soup, if the house burns down, I failed. Okay? I just want to put things, yeah, right? If I could, what happened, Dwayne? How's the soup? Well, the soup is just kind of burnt. And I don't have a house. Dwayne? Yeah, don't make soup. Just stop. Just don't just let it. Maybe you should just never make soup again. This guy goes to court and everybody looks at him and says, "I'm so sorry. Oh, so sorry. Did they do that to you? Did they do that to you? Did they try to take your gun? Did they try to take your gun? Well, you shoot them. You don't let them do that. White power. I don't understand where this story comes from left to right. I followed as much of it as I could until it hurt my feelings. But that's where we're at in the story. I'll take advice. Anyone want to tell me how to add this to my soup?
Chris, you want to jump on this before I get us kicked off the internet?
Yeah, right. It's sad. It's really sad because, if that had been, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of young African American and young Latino men that were tried for those same exact charges that are serving
or less
30, 40, years for doing less. And like I said, this 17-year-old child, first of all, why does he have access to an automatic weapon? Second of all, how can you justify it as saying you weren't there to help? You weren't there to help. You weren't there to help. And that just shows you that the system needs to be taken from the top, because the judge in this case was ridiculous.
Sorry, brother. I didn't answer my phone real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my phone. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Chris?
I just the system is broken. We all know that,
Yeah.
And it starts at the top, and that's why that's why the voting, the push to vote is so important, and to get these men, these bigots, dude, these who feel the same way, who have tried and tried hundreds and thousands of these cases to their own opinion and to their own, and it's sad, but that's how you get it, and that's it just show it. It's just another one for America, baby.
Just gonna go ahead and throw those bigots in the soup here, bro, because I like bigots. Let's throw some bigots in there.
Hey, throw those diced tomatoes and that chicken broth in there too.
I got it, baby girl. We gotta get the can opener, diced tomatoes, and chicken broth coming next.
Who gets to pick out their own jury? That's the thing that got me. And
I mean, obviously, sir, you want to be.
I want you in the white dunce cap. Yeah, you. I want you, and you with that little red band on your arm. Yeah, I want you. You with the red hat. I want you.
Yeah, the red hat. Yeah, come on up. Well, Price is Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hitler mustache. Come on down.
When have you ever seen somebody pick their own jury?
I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know. I didn't know it was a thing. Like
what the Sam Hill was that about?
In my heart, I was like, "What? He's not allowed to. They're gonna fight. Come on!"
You remember the Dave Chappelle joke with Chip, and he's speeding, and the cop's like, "Excuse me, sir, you were speeding." He goes, "I didn't know I couldn't do that." That was my exact response when he picked the jury. Like, I didn't know you could do that.
How did he let him pick his own jury? And those were the ones who were going to decide his fate. I went, ain't this I want Ray, Pee Wee. I want MCG.
Yeah, MCG.
I want them on my jury.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna do the best I can to not get us kicked off the internet today.
It's okay if you do.
But Chris said the system is broken, and my only comment to that is the system worked for who it's supposed to work for. The system itself is not broken. The system works for the people it is designed to work for. 2 cans of tomatoes.
2 cans of tomatoes is 1 can of tomatoes, there, bro.
Cans,
Two cans. Okay.
All right. 2 cans of tomatoes because the system is designed to work for
2 cans of
affluent white people,
Right.
and that's what happened.
I like how you added the affluent to the
kid,
soup there, dude. I love how you make sure to add the affluent to the. You're not just talking about white people, so you want to take some of the white people off. I get it. I get you.
Here's the confusion when you get a political party like the one we have, who promotes someone like Trump and watches someone like Tucker Carlson. These are very wealthy white men who speak to the poor, uneducated segment of their community who think there's a connection between them.
Right.
And there is not. They would spit on you and step over you if you were on the street.
Right.
But for whatever reason, you think you can achieve what they have by supporting them. And that's how this country was built. And that you think you can be rich like me if you support me, and it will trickle down. And anybody who voted for Ronald Reagan should have probably learned by now that it never trickles down. But to answer Chris's question, or to comment on how did this 17-year-old who's not old enough to buy a gun acquire an assault rifle, the friend who bought the gun for Murder Kid, I'm not using his name ever, the friend who bought the gun for Murder Kid has been charged with 2 felony counts of providing a dangerous weapon to a minor. Now let's think about this. The person who used the minor who used the dangerous weapon, not guilty. 5 charges, not guilty. One of them dismissed. The one of being a minor in possession of a dangerous weapon, dismissed. We're not even gonna talk about that one. Just gone. But the other 4, not guilty. But homie, who's an adult, who acquired a dangerous weapon for a minor, 2 felony charges. So I ask you, and Chris, you can jump on this. If that's a felony,
right?
If that dude's getting charged, how then is Murder Kid getting that charge dismissed? Not even not guilty. Just we're not even gonna talk about it. That's over there. That doesn't go in the suit.
He's not going to get convicted of it because his lawyer is going to bring up the fact that Kyle did not get convicted of it, which will negate the fact that he did provide that weapon for him. So using that law loophole, he'll walk on that charge.
But that I think that goes to Dude's point, was saying that the system is meant for those for those who have benefits. It benefits. It works perfectly for rich, white, privileged American people, and that's until like I said, until that type of thinking gets out from the top, it's never going to go away. And it's like, you got to push the vote, man. You got to get out there. You have to, tell our kids you can change it. It can be different, but it feels like an uphill battle, I feel like. And dude, I see more of it now here in the South than I ever did before.
How so, Chris?
It's different out here. I mean, there is not a real big Latino community out here. There's not a real big, South American community, not a real big Asian community. It's literally black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see them and you see the interaction with them. It doesn't matter, they really, 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 truly believe that it's their lifestyle out here. That's the way it is.
The South shall rise again.
Exactly. And there's still that you still see it. I mean, I see it. You drive down, you take the interstate, about an hour outside the city, you'll see some stuff. It's intense.
Well, I mean, not to put Trump flags and Confederate flags on the same pole. Not like I haven't seen them on the same pole. Well, I've seen them on the same pole. But not to put Trump flags and Confederate flags on the same pole.
That's like not putting both titties on the same stripper pole.
I mean, it really feels like the same. You know what I mean? It really feels like you just jiggle it in between, But I'm assuming that what's out there, with what you're seeing, Chris, with your eyes, and the people that maybe live there most of their life with their eyes, haven't seen what we in SoCal see every day, which is a wonderful mix of people. Now, we have what's called areas, right? You can go to an area out here, but mostly, you go to a store for the most part, you're going to see a good mix. And I believe that if you're only showing your mind one picture, sure is hard to get color. So it just I don't know, update the television. They have flat screens now. All right.
I got 2 more points on Murder Kid. I have to.
Murder.
I have to get off my chest.
All right, Murder Kid, you get 2.
Just as a perspective, if you arrive armed to a place where violence is happening, prepared for violence, and you engage in the violence, there is no longer a self-defense claim. In fact, you are now a willing combatant. If you do this without being sanctioned by the government, a cop, someone like that, you are in fact a terrorist. In this case, it would be a domestic terrorist. You are committing acts of violence for no other reason other than your belief that this violence is needed. So you're no longer self-defense. Now, if your recourse to the terrorist is to look at the criminal history of the victims, well, that's no different really than looking up the criminal past of everyone who died in the Twin Towers in 9/11. And if they had a crime you didn't like or a voting record you didn't agree with, then saying they deserved to die. So it's a sad place that we are at in America, where someone possesses an assault rifle, uses it to kill 2 people on a night when nobody else got shot, and this person not only walks free, but are celebrated for doing so.
Do you know what the trip on that? I'm with you 100%, Duder, and everything you said, fist up for real. And I'm brought back to the fact of how many people were walking around on the street that night with guns that didn't need guns. That's just a reality.
Yes.
Right. Okay. If you're protecting your property, like if I've got a gun, I don't have to show it, right? And I'm standing for my property. That's a real thing. Like, don't mess, guys. Leave my stuff alone. Like, go parade and do.
Someone breaks into your house, self-defense.
Right.
Someone tries to break into your car, self-defense. Someone tries to attack your family.
Right.
Self-defense.
Self-defense. Like you said, going to it with a weapon is one thing. It's interesting that you brought all that up, Duder. And I thought to myself, do you know if he had tried to give CPR on the people he killed, he could then be brought on charges? Then we could actually finally sue this guy for negligence?
I did not know that.
Yeah, because he would have been like if you are a medic, right, and you go to give somebody CPR, but you're not CPR trained, you're not CPR certified, they can sue you. They can say you
or
were not.
You are protected under the Good Samaritan law.
I think they finally made a Good Samaritan law where you can help, but you can't be sued on top of the help. Okay, so you remember the law that I'm talking about? Maybe
the Good Samaritan law prevents you.
I might try to.
Kyle
I might be trying to.
Could have gotten in trouble with is he had a first aid kit on his hip.
See,
and he didn't help the people that he shot.
I'm just trying to say maybe I'd just try to sue him because he shot me and he didn't help me. That's what I was going to try to say.
Well, yeah, that's what you could sue him for. Yeah, because he had the first aid kit on his hip and he said that he was going there to try to help. Well, you shot me.
And that's to Dwayne's point about burning down the house.
Yeah.
Here's my last point, super quick. He said he was going there to clean graffiti, and to help as a medic. In either one of those cases, you don't need a gun. That's it. That's my last point. If you're going to clean graffiti, you don't shoot it off the wall.
If I'm making soup, maybe I need some chicken stock. But if you ain't making soup, the hell you doing with chicken stock, bro? Exactly. I don't know what you're doing. What you do? You gonna do that? Make a puddle in the front yard? What you gonna do with some chicken stock, bro? What you need a gun for to help people? I'm with you 100%, man. Hey, my daughter's sitting down. She ain't got nothing to do.
Tomatoes are in
the pot, and the onions are in the pot, and everything's just
okay. Yeah, did you put we got to put all our spices in.
No spices yet. No spices.
Don't be making no bland chicken. Come on.
Let's get them all in there right now.
It's the paprika, I believe we had, and then some cumin and some oregano. How much of that are we putting in?
We're going to put in roughly about a tablespoon and a half of each. and then salt and pepper to taste.
Salt and pepper to taste. All right. Tablespoon and a half of that. And salt and pepper to taste. Putting that one in. All right. I'm going to start us off.
Paprika was one I missed, Chris. Remember back in my writing days, and I had a character. You were very familiar with Cumin Bahamas, and I also had a character named Oregano Grease. Completely skipped over paprika. Never had no paprika characters. I feel like I let down the cooking community.
Oh, we could. I think you might. You think you might have, because I remember Cumin Bahamas. He was I like that guy.
Chris, can you throw another spice into the main soup for the kumite, for the high five for the day?
I got one more.
There you go.
All right. So I was just reading yesterday that Australia, a laboratory in Australia,
Little world news here for us,
has caught the biggest known on record file of a funnel web spider.
Oh, fuck that.
Well, they are currently trying to milk the spider for its venom, and some believe that the Australian government is using it to try and build a chemical weapon.
I thought you were going to say to treat COVID. I really did.
No, because I'm pretty sure what they said is that it's like it's some kind of like, it paralyzes you. You know, it's some kind of.
Isn't this the plot of the new Spider-Man starring Mel Gibson?
I thought so. I was thinking about it. I thought maybe they were trying to build their own Spider-Man, you know, down under in the outback or something. I mean, the Aborigines are pretty much some of the oldest living humans on this planet. So who knows what they have?
I mean, they probably already understand how to use this spider and the venom. And the Australian government is like, we ain't listening to you. We're going to milk our own damn spiders.
Yeah, and they're like, no, bro, this is how you should really do it. Trust us. But I thought that was kind of weird, you know, like kind of scary, because I'm not a big fan of spiders myself. So the fact that they have one that has fangs big enough that they can milk, you know, and it gives you a neurotoxin that stops your heart and paralyzed. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Imagine if someone in the 90s told you in the 2000s we would have a global virus, a spider venom biologic weapon, and a worldwide web that literally spies on every single action that you do. Like, that would be you. There's no way you'd believe it. You'd be like, is this a Tom Cruise movie? Because it doesn't sound believable.
I didn't know you could do that.
What are we gonna do with the spider? We're gonna make it into a weapon for the Australians.
We're milking the spider for venom to use as a biological weapon.
Fuck it, let them have it. Let me tell you why. Okay, first of all, they're Australia. All right, and not only are they prisoners of life, okay, because they used to be prisoners and now they're.
I mean, not anymore.
Okay, fine. Yeah. I'm just telling you. Just gonna go. Okay, but then, second of all, we don't have China over our shoulder.
Right.
Okay, China way over there. Okay, way over there.
Thanks, Biden.
Yeah, and I was watching something on Australia the other day, and Australia was looking at each other like this. What's America gonna do about this? You know, and and why? Because China's right there. You know, and they're all like, kind of like, you know, tripping out because they coming to us first before they get to y'all, and we cool, right? You know, and
don't come to me with your big ass spiders. I don't want your spiders.
Chris is like, what about the spider weapon, homie? Use it, you know.
Come on, Spider-Man. I've seen your movies. You could defeat Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus.
In the Carolinas because the lack of spiders in the cold.
In Carolina.
Oh, no. Dude, hey, Gerald, man, during the summertime, man, I saw some big guys.
In the summertime, y'all got some mutants, but in the winter, they're all dead.
They're gone. Yeah, in the wintertime, it's nothing out here.
Yeah, but in the summertime, I don't go out in the woods. I had to go to Camp Lejeune for a visit, and I was like, no.
Gerald, there's literally woods in my backyard. I don't even look out there at night because I'm afraid someone watching me.
Yeah.
They film Scream in my backyard, homie. Okay, y'all don't even know.
I keep remembering what's that movie? The Deer Hunter.
Oh,
Or the one where old boy took him out. You gonna kill me out here? Please don't kill me out here. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you out here.
The one with the banjo.
Yeah.
Deliverance.
Well, that's the Deer Hunter.
Deliverance.
Oh, Deliverance. Oh yeah, Deliverance. Oh my gosh, that's another one with woods.
So, G, you got any other spices for the soup before we head over to the kumite here in a minute?
I'm kind of hoping that the Chinese Prime Minister does release the tennis star.
There's a tennis star being held in China.
She is Chinese, and she said that the Chinese Prime Minister did some Me Too movement stuff on her.
Uh-huh.
And once she did that in public, she disappeared.
Oh.
Nobody, and they just released like little clips, like proof of life.
Yeah,
like,
which
no, see,
we really can't believe.
And then she's like, I am okay.
Yeah. And now Biden's thinking about protesting the Olympics, which is okay.
It's fine with me.
But no one's talking about that because we're still trying to deal with all the black men getting killed in America.
Right.
I mean,
it's hard to focus
except
on.
for the Rittenhouse thingy where he killed a
couple white
guys and a parent, and he shot a paramedic. I really don't understand how he was there to help, and his mom drove him there.
You're gonna be okay, baby. Just have fun. Make sure you get your gun, and you got your snake got your pack there.
Drive him there. He was already in wherever, Wisconsin, staying at a homie's, according to testimony. But still, he shot people when he was there to help, which isn't very helpful.
We all know that his mom drove him over there because he said that last year.
I'm just telling you what they said in court, bro. I'm just going by court documents.
I know, but in court where they swear to tell the truth,
which they do all the
time, we know they're not lying.
Never.
Right.
Duder, what you got?
They wouldn't lie on the Bible.
Duder, what you got? Other high five items here.
All right, in keeping with the dystopian theme of viruses, Australian Spider-Man, and Chinese kidnappers.
There you go.
Tesla bot. Tesla is making a humanoid robot to do small tasks and dangerous tasks that basically people don't want to do for minimum wage anymore. And for some reason, people think this is a good idea to have robots that look and act like humans do. Nope. I mean, they don't look like you and me, but they're, stand up, bipedal arms, a head. They look like a robot still. But it's a lot of people think this is a good idea, and I do not, because I've seen the Terminator franchise.
I don't think it's a good idea because remember when everybody was saying the foreigners were coming and taking their jobs?
Took our jobs.
And now that the foreigners aren't taking their jobs, and we have all these help wanted posters everywhere, and no one's taking their job. It having the robots do it, it's kind of like going to Disneyland now, because the robots are actually running Disney. They tell you when to take a break, where to bump into.
Yeah.
They measure out the food.
They used to have a normal braking system at
now it's all automated.
That's automated braking system, and so that changes it up. Chris, what do you think about these robots?
Nope. Nope. And like dude said, hey, I know Cyberdyne Systems and Skynet. All right. Yeah. That's how it starts.
You teach them to do a couple of human-like tasks,
right? And then they start learning.
Snowballs.
They start learning.
I question because I will be on the three of your side in a moment. I'm gonna let you convince me. How far away from it are we really outside of the humanoid-looking robots? I just want to make sure that we're clear on the context here, because there's one side of the context is the humanoid mobile AI independent thinking robot. We got that. We're talking Tesla guy. And the automated checkout system, right?
We're pretty close to Bicentennial Man in about 5 years.
But I mean, my comparison is robots are here, right? Robots are here, and we already took away that guy's job. Now it takes one teller to watch 5 things versus you used to take 5 tellers. It used to take 6 guys to assemble things on a car line. Now it takes one that's running the machine. He's the machinist, right? Where's this line that we're coming up to? Because I'm okay to define the line and draw it in the sand and step back and draw it in the line of sand and step back and keep doing that shit because we were okay to a certain level of automation.
We only got 5 more years.
We don't have the reality of automation, which is no more world hunger, right? If we have no more world hunger and we have robot automation, okay, okay maybe. But we have world hunger. We haven't solved that shit, right?
Homelessness.
We haven't solved this. Like, this is big problems. Really, really, really big, society problems. I don't know that robots are the answer. I definitely don't know that AI is the answer. But solving problems like those two seem to be bigger in context. But I don't know. Where's the line? Where's the line? Where's the line, Chris?
I'll tell you real quick. Those two factions of people, if AI were to take over, would be the first 2 to be wiped out. Which two? Which 2 factions?
The poor and hungry,
homeless, and the poverty and the poverty-stricken people. The people who aren't above that certain line, they'd see as a waste of space because they're thinking knowledge, efficiency. They're not thinking compassionately,
right?
And they will, and that's why That's why eventually we're all not going to be here if we let those things start happening.
So here's
the line, Debo.
Thank you.
First of all, Tesla plans to release these in 2023.
Oh,
so around the corner. Here's the line: when they look human, the machines you're talking about in the auto body shop. Mm-hmm. That's a big machine, big huge crane arm. Claw,
just called Sal,
like a human,
but it's not Sal, but it looks like Sal.
Checkouts are just the registers that have a camera that see your face if you try to steal any shit. Everything. The Roomba, the vacuums my floor, doesn't look like a human.
Right.
The moment they start to look human, and it's got to be the and make decisions, you're done.
So we can look human, but we can't make decisions. I just want to make sure the line is correct.
I mean, once you start to look human, I get scared.
You're right.
But making decisions is the dangerous part.
It's coming. We're only 5. I mean, Watson does this already.
Right.
IBM has Watson, and Watson makes decisions already, critical decisions. So also navigates does logistics for the military.
Wow.
Oh, isn't that what was that movie with Matthew Broderick in the 80s?
Oh,
isn't that where we're at now? War Games.
Yeah, but Watson actually is doing the actual logistics. It's telling the ships where to go because all the ships, if you look at what the Navy's doing, which is my branch, and you look at what the Navy's doing, the Navy is saying they just built a new ship, the
don't fuck with
the Milk, Harvey Milk. USS Harvey Milk.
Shout out Harvey Milk.
The USS Harvey
down
Milk.
The street from Harvey Milk Avenue in San Diego.
It operates on half the crew that a regular battleship would.
And the rest are Ralph's checkout.
Everything else is all automated. Yeah,
everything
pretty
else.
Much.
Get your movie
That's
tickets.
Pretty much what it is. It's a Disney. It's a Disney braking system. That's what it is. It tells you what to do. All you need is the captain because he has the codes, and you need the driver.
The tomatoes. Oh.
So, but that ship is completely automated. And it's run out of Washington. It's not run off of the ship. It's run out of DC.
I think that your robot Tesla Cyberdyne problem is real. I question what we're going to do about it. Like, what are we going to do?
Well, the military is driving this need because we don't have enough volunteers for the military.
I mean to say, what are we gonna do about Cyberdyne when it takes over?
Is Linda Hamilton
this
still
is what's
alive?
driving. This is what's driving the Cyberdyne drive. It's the need of the military to be war ready, and we don't have the personnel to be war ready. This is a military country, and the military really still dictates what this country needs, and they're financing all this stuff off of their budget.
To G's
So
point,
they can
this
get
is
the personnel.
to G's point. This is a military country because we could easily in 1 year solve homelessness with our entire military spending budget. You know what? For 2023, we're going to keep the old tanks. We're going to keep the old rockets. And
Nobody knows where the budget is actually going.
for everyone.
There's a lot of
For
lot
1
of
year,
money out
you don't
there
get a
for
new
the military.
PlayStation for 1 year. But in 2025, you get the new, and people get houses.
You get stomachs that don't look indented. Look at that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean,
Look at people off
the
street.
robots are telling these pilots in the Air Force what to do,
All
when
right.
to fire, how
All
to
right.
fire.
All right, I got one. I got one more for the. I got my 5, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one in.
Yeah, I got a couple more, but we're up against that. Wait, before you get that, do we have to put anything else in the soup?
Yeah, I still got a simmering here on the tomatoes. Seasons either in. I just have to order the cans of. I think I have corn back here and beans.
You need corn and the beans, and then you can add the chicken,
Yeah, do
and
that.
then bring it to a slow simmer and just let it cook.
All right, baby girl. Let's go ahead and add all of the beans and the veggies in here, baby girl.
What other spice did you put in there? Was it paprika?
Paprika and cumin and what's that last one? There's one more.
Oregano.
Oregano. Yeah, fun words. That's all.
Any salt and pepper?
And a little salt and pepper to taste. So yes,
How about some sriracha?
yes, the sweet corn. That
You
one
can
right
put
there.
that on in for sure in your own bowl, or you can put it in right now. I like it spicy.
I like it spicy.
I like to put Del Scorcho.
Pop it in the back of the soup here. I'm gonna go with this
Put a
one.
Pacquiao chip on there.
Who? You say a Pacquiao chip?
Manny
Yes.
Pacquiao.
Put a
Yeah.
Pacquiao chip on there.
Is it like a
Those one of those hot chips, right?
Exactly.
pow?
Hot chip.
Pow! Pow!
I'm going.
You gotta look that up, dude.
I did.
Look up the Pacquiao chip
I'm
challenge.
gonna have to look up the Pacquiao chip challenge.
It's the one chip challenge.
All right. All
There's
right.
only
So
one chip.
here we go. The Great Resignation.
There you go.
The Great Resignation. In years past, we've used words to describe things like this. You know, like D-Day. And we're like, oh, and then we talk about 9/11. Oh, right, these big days of whatever. And the Great Resignation talks about, oh, nobody wants to work, like just straight up, like that. Everybody that I talk to. Everybody I talk to that just got a job, right? This is people that, I just got a job, but nobody wants to work. And I thought to myself, I don't think that's it. I don't think that people don't want to work. I think after a year of reflection, everybody said, you know what? I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something. That's it. I'm going to do something. Like whatever. I'm going to stop looking for an employer to give me direction. I'm going to stop looking for life to give me direction. I'm gonna do something for me. And everybody realized that working from home can be done. Not should be done, not is better productive, but just it can be done. And if yesterday, which I wasn't, I was working a 9 to 5, and then I saw everybody I know start taking these indoor jobs at home, right? Watching their kids, spending more time with their kids. I'm going to be like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go home, spend time with my kids, get a job from home. I'll make something work. And I believe that a lot of people decided to just go, the heck with it. Nah, I think I can find something better than where I'm at and just working a 9 to 5. And just didn't worry about getting the job first. Just said, nah, I'm out. And there was two months straight. I think it was October and September. 2 months straight of where it inclined in the the resignations were handed in. And again, Debo, with my job title, I can't hand any resignation in. I'm keeping my job. I like my benefits; they're amazing.
I mean, you'd be homeless and hungry.
I'd be homeless, hungry, and horny. Let me tell you, and I don't want to do that. So, I'm just keep it. I like what I got. I like everything's cool. But other people didn't, and it was the Great Resignation. It was huge. A lot of people did it. guys, either tell me whether you heard about someone in the Great Resignation or whether you agree or disagree with the fact that people are wanting a better job.
I think that I agree with the wanting the better job. I think, to your point, Dwayne, I think it's more of, I think the people who do the grunt jobs and the jobs that that not a lot of people want to do, I think those people came to the conclusion like that they're worth more than what they get paid. Their hard work is worth more than what you're giving me. So instead of doing that, you know what? I'm just not going to work for you anymore, and I'm going to do something for myself. That's one of the reasons why I moved out here, is so that I can start my own business. So I mean, that it's easy. You're tired of working for somebody, and it's ridiculous, and especially like, I can say I'm a chef, and I can say it sounds glamorous and it's fun, and there are some cool things that I get to do, but at the end of the day, I just cook food. I just make food for people, and it's a hard job. No one likes to do it, but it's a fun job. I think it's fun, but I don't get I don't get what my employer gets. So when I do 200 plates a day, I'm not seeing that 20 grand that we did that day. They're not paying me like I'm making them 20 grand a day. When I'm putting a 12-hour shift in 9 to 9, they don't see that, they don't do that. And so I think that part of the workforce has come to the decisions like, nah, man, like we're better than this. We're worth more than that.
There's no dividends for the workforce. Is the point I was getting out of what you were saying, Chris? And I can't agree. I mean, I agree with everything you're saying, 100%, man. That jobs are rough, and if I can't see any fruits of my labor, if I can work harder but not see anything from it, it's 2021. We're past that. We're past not seeing progressive gains. And to look at, you got to give me a word for working class citizen. You got to give me a word for blue collar word. There's a lot of associations I put with words, and I don't like it. But let's just, when I was at work, they called me a peon. Okay, and we is what we called them, right? We were called peon. We were the lowest person on the shift. Okay, and you know who you are. I've been there, and everybody at this table has definitely been there. All right. When you're that person, you don't get to see any fruits of labor. You just work. What's your job? Work. What else do I got to do? Work. What decision should I make? Just work. That's all you got to worry about. Just work. And I think 2021 taught us, don't just work. You can find fruits from your labor if you try. And people did something for a month that they never did before. They stepped out of their comfort zone for a month. They were like, you know what? I think I can. You gave people a little bit of hope. And I'm hoping with the resignation, some people look at it as a bad thing, some people look at it as a good thing. I'm hopeful is kind of a good thing that people get on their proper track. That's hopeful. But
I've seen a lot of the servers, they quit their jobs because after the 2020, they went, I'm disposable. And they went, right. I cannot go back to being just a server because I have no money. Right. And what am I going to do now that I can't actually go to work and make money? I relied on those tips to get by. Mm-hmm. And now here I am. I can't go to work because of the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those guys, they changed their mindset and said, I need to do something different. And like what you did when you moved out to the Carolinas, they were like, yeah, I can do something different. And I can get by.
I think the social media platforms help people realize that, hey, dude, that guy did it. That person did it. You see all the videos. So you sit there and you say, why not me? Why can't I do it? That guy can do it. That guy can, why not us? Why not, why can't we do it?
That's what a lot of them did. And, you got to go, well, I'm proud of them from doing it. But now we have that gap in the labor force that probably will never get filled again. Right. Because every time you turn around, the pandemic's starting back up again.
What-
And nobody wants to go through that stress of being broke.
What you got, Duder?
I got a couple things. First, the servers, the
Right.
hostesses, the
Right.
people working the cash register, the greeters at Walmart, all these people making minimum wage level jobs during the pandemic were tasked with being the ones to enforce the rules.
Right.
You walk into the restaurant, the hostess has to be like, sorry, sir, you got to put a mask on. Now you got this asshole yelling in your face. You're making, what, $8 an hour, $5 an hour? I'm
Right.
fortunate I don't know what minimum wage is at this point, but you're making minimum wage. You got some asshole yelling in your face for a rule you didn't make. You may or may not believe or care about, but you care about your job and your paycheck. So it is now one of your job duties to enforce this.
Right.
And that to me would drive a lot of people to be like, fuck it, I'm out. This is not worth it.
Out here, the minimum wage is $7.
Oh,
There you go.
There you go.
So $7 over a 8-hour shift, that's $56 a day.
To deal
I'm
with
not having some dude yell in my face about masks for $56 a day. You can fuck right off. Number two,
dude had to
you
get that off his
mentioned-
chest. Dude was in there. Dude was standing at a greeter position at a restaurant there for a moment, and he was like, "What, sir? What? You can fuck right off." It was just straight up pushed it back out.
Yeah. I might show up to work in Murder Kid cosplay if that was my job. Number two, you mentioned September and October were when we saw the greatest
Right.
increase in resignations, the
Right.
Great Resignation.
Right.
This coincides with the end. A lot of people don't understand it's the end of the unemployment benefits, meaning these people in September and October are not what a lot of people want to describe them as lazy people who just want to stay home and collect a check. They are not collecting a check anymore. The benefits from the pandemic unemployment ended in September. So these are people choosing to leave their job with no safety net, with no government assistance saying, yeah, we'll still kick down because we're in a pandemic. And they're still like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm out. And so it's not being lazy and just wanting to stay home and collect a check. And third, during the pandemic, CEO salary, not just during the pandemic, but especially, but just over the last, call it a decade, CEO salaries have gone up exponentially, but the workforce salaries haven't moved. Inflation has gone up. Everything else has gone up except for what we pay the people who do the jobs that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
And all of these people during a global pandemic, we told them, you're essential.
Yeah.
Your $7 an hour job to seat me at my table and serve me my chicken tortilla soup is essential. So you have to go to work.
You have to.
Meanwhile, the CEO sitting in his office at home on a Zoom chat, making his 6 or 7 figure salary in the safety of his own home, but it's essential for him to be able to go out to the fucking Red Robin and have a cheeseburger.
So I feel like America handed you a piece of paper and it says resignation, but it's really a bill, sir. If you could pay that whenever you get a chance. And take
that goes back to the robots coming to take over those jobs, because this is where things are headed. And the military, unfortunately, saw this coming decades before, with people not wanting to join.
Well, the military applications are, we don't care if a robot dies, we care if a person dies.
And they don't have to pay that much over the long term if a robot gets disabled, versus having a disabled person like myself, where you're paying for the rest of my life, everything.
Right. But in the workforce, if you buy a robot, well, eventually that will pay for itself instead of what you would pay a human to do. Well,
McDonald's and Disneyland are showing what that does, because you don't talk to the cashier like you used to.
Right.
And you go into certain McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Burger King, whatever. You go to this computer, you punch in your order, bop, 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 you pay with this computer, and all you got to do is wait for the human.
And then somebody says number 56.
Yeah,
Number
and the
56.
human is just waiting on the computer to cook the food, dispense out the right portion of the food, because that was another problem with lost and waste.
Hold on before
is
we get
that
hold
there
on before we
was
get
the
lost in
dispensing
hold on
of
before we
the
get
food.
hold on before we get into lost and waste. We're running here down towards the end of time.
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask you, anybody got any more pops for their high five for tonight that they want to get off their chest? I know I got a couple. Duder, do you have any pop? Okay, Duder, you got any pops for your high five?
It's interesting to me that in a society who defines itself as critical thinkers and people who think for themselves, we're exactly split along party lines on things that vary as much as a vaccine, a murder trial, and teaching historic facts in school. And those are exactly split along who you voted for.
Wow.
So neither on either side, nobody's doing critical thinking or thinking for themselves.
You're just basically the major points. We're just split, just 100%. There is a split in the country, and I'm with it. Chris, did you have any more topics on? No, you got your list all bumped. Geez, good. Oh, you got
mine's good. I just the whole workforce thing. I see it every day with my guys at work, and it's tough. And I if I could, I'd start something to get them going, because a lot of them don't feel like they have the resources to help them or get to where they want to be. So it's a lot different out here, and I felt very humbled when I got out here to see that kind of stuff, because that shit doesn't really fly in California.
Yeah,
no, they're different breed out there. So out here, dude, it's tough, and so I just I hope, like I said, I deal with that every day. So I hope that it gets better. But other than that, dude, I'm good. The spider thing in Australia, fuck that.
I'm going to throw out my pops here. I got vaccine mandates, test or vaccine. That's a real thing. That's in the news. I got plenty on that. An end of a pandemic. They have a pandemic. They have an endemic, and they have an epidemic. And you can't call it a pandemic forever. You have to finally transition in wording of what you're talking about, and we're coming to the end, or are we? It's like the worst police academy continuation ever. It just keeps coming back and going again. So, vax mandates. What else we got here? And I think that does all my. Man, I really wanted to get your guys' opinion on this. See if you guys even heard about it or even saw that it happened. Did anybody check out the fact that the UN had a meeting? Did anybody even know it? Did anybody even know that the UN met? Jay says no.
Was it the climate crisis?
Okay. I got one climate crisis, maybe. Okay. So the UN, the nation united everyone. The only thing that we don't celebrate every year because it's the only world order. Anywho, they decided to meet about climate change. They've done it 26 times, and the Paris Agreement. We heard it, but we don't know what it means. I hear Paris Agreement. I'm like, so we're going to Paris or what? What happened in Paris was
just where they made the agreement.
Yeah, what happened in Paris a couple of years ago? They made an agreement. Like in Paris a couple of years ago, they made an agreement, and everybody said, "We will bring global warming down." Man, and they all walked away. Right? Remember,
we had they said like the 10 richest countries were supposed to donate $100 million each per year to help fund all the other countries who couldn't pay to upgrade all their systems so that we could be a cleaner, cleaner environment.
Not to mention, they also put a cap on global warming. They said the world can't get past this heat, and then so let's cap it 2%, and then
2 degrees. Sorry,
yeah,
2 degrees.
2 degrees. That's it, right? We're going to cap it, right? But don't forget, America pulled out of the Paris Agreement. Everybody knows that we remember that we just pulled out of this thing. Again, I just thought we were going to Paris.
It's the only time Trump's ever pulled out.
Exactly. He didn't grab it in the Paris. But
This idiot.
But now, it's a big deal, guys. We re-agreed to the Paris Agreement. We didn't go back to Paris. I was like, is this in Paris? He's like, no, it's not in Paris. But we went back to the table in the 26th, and we said, sure. No, we were just kidding. We're just playing. This guy. We got it. No, we're good. We're good. I know. We got it. So
we're not friends with him anymore. Let us hang out with you.
So that was a big thing in the news, and that was it. But anywho, normally right now, dude, we'd probably take this back to the back and try to figure out who's going to the Kumite.
I'd say teddy bear wins.
Teddybear's going to the. You want to put teddy bear in the Kumite? Okay.
I'd say teddy bear wins.
I don't know. I got Tesla Robot and the Chinese girl who's disappeared on top. I'd like to see those ones in the. Who you picking, Duder? Who you picking to go to the Kumite? That's the. Well, Debo's going to try to find out whether or not he has any. Yeah, look at that first
teddy bear,
try.
we need something good this year.
Okay, so we'll go. Teddy bear's going into the Kumite. And let's see here. How about the Great Resignation? Can we throw that in the Kumite?
Right.
How about the Great
Resignation?
There you go. So we'll take the teddy bear over the Great Resignation. I'm going to let Chris defend his teddy bear championship. It's a long hike, but I think he can do it. And do you want to take Resignation? Or you want me to take Resignation?
I will resign from this.
Okay. And then we're going to leave the split decision between Duder and G for the decision. Is that good on the decision there? Okay. Chris, since you're just so cute and cuddly, I'm going to let you go first. And remember, this is a Kumite. I got you the rules, brother. I got you. What we are going to do is we are going to put our story up and defend it to be the most important news story worthy of time, okay? So Duder's got a 30-second clock over there. He's pulling up for us. And you're going to have 30 seconds, Chris, to tell us why this grizzly bear story is not only so important, but we must listen to it. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Kumite. Anything goes but your mama. We can't use mamas in this conversation because we're talking about the same people. Duder, you ready over there, the clock?
We're ready.
All right, anything goes with your mama, Chris. Kumite, hit it.
I have to defend myself on this. I mean, come on. You have a 12-year-old girl who was from Ethiopia, adopted by American parents, took her 5 years to even get to the United States, right? All she has in her possessions is this one teddy bear. That's it. Nothing else. She goes on vacation for the first time probably ever in her life. She loses that bear on a trail that's full of grizzly bears.
Okay. All right. There it is. My man walked away, hands up, back away slowly. It's a grizzly bear. All right. Just don't make any sudden movements. Right there. Okay. No comments from Debo. Not to add anything on or put anything onto it. But this is Kumite. It's one of my, I think it's, shine that belt right there. It's mine right there. All right. So, Kumite for Debo. And it looks like I am taking in the Great Resignation where anything goes but your mama. Here we go, Debo. Chris, you got a job? No, because you resigned, bitch. All right? Okay? You done gave up like everybody else. Okay? Let me get your 2 cents or your papers, because that means that you, like me, said the hell with a W-2, okay? We were all out here trying to make our own and trying to make it happen through COVID, all right? Now, there are people out there losing bears, but there's people out here that need to make soup just to make it by, all right? And out here, right here in the Kumite, you will learn why we, time's up. There it is. Oh, time's up. Okay. Well, I will not comment on myself. I'll leave it to the judges, and I'll pull myself off the mic and leave it to the judges now.
Well, G, I don't know how you feel, but like the murder kid judge, I had already made my mind up before we started. So I'm going to let Chris decide if he wants me or you to make the decision here.
I want dude.
There you go. I pick teddy bear.
Oh, this is a hypocrisy. I don't have an ant button, so I just
G,
hit twice.
You got 2 cents to add in this?
Oh, teddy bear.
It's unanimous. Unanimous for teddy bear.
Sweetheart, I was talking to these guys, and they said that they don't think the soup's going to be any good. And I would tell you to look them in the eye and say, you guys are bad men. Okay, just look them right in the eye. Bad men, right there.
Is there anything else we got to add to the soup?
Yeah,
the actual soup.
I think
love.
You can when you eat it, when you do eat it, you can garnish it with avocado, sour cream, tortilla strips, whatever you want.
I got the tortilla strips. I got a little fresh salsa, and absolutely some avocado. That thing's going to the bad boy for sure. So I lost the Kumite, is what you're saying?
He lost.
That's
He
what
lost. You have been resigned from the Kumite.
Man, that sucks. I did not want to lose the Kumite, but I'll take it as it is. Well, I want to remind you guys to check us out, and if you send us a little letter or you send us a little piece, you know what to do it. It's thedudandebo@gmail.com. Make sure you send it over to us. Right now, I would like to call your attention to the room, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send it right down. It looks like Dude is on his cell phone. He is whispering. He's in the back of the courtroom where evidently the Rittenhouse the trial is back on for some reason, and there is some kind of confusion in the court. But Dude is in the back of the courtroom, and I'm going to send it to him now. Dude.
Yeah, I am in the courtroom. I'm speaking to. I was speaking to the right wing. Judge who's not related to Silver Spoons, even though their names are the same, and he basically said that he is resigned from all critical thinking moving forward. So we're going to bring in Chris to the jurors box, and Chris, how do you feel the soup with the soup went today?
Well, I felt just like the winner of the Kumite. I felt real nice and warm and fuzzy after all this. You know, I got some things off my chest I felt really good about. I don't like talking politics too much. You know, I don't like getting too involved, but some things, you know, you got to talk about, got to be said. And felt comfortable to be on this platform and, you know, do it all. So I thought it was a great time. I mean, I always.
Isn't it interesting that we're talking about a murder trial and vaccines and jobs, and somehow all of that feels like discussing politics?
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Kind of shows the state of the country at the moment, I would think. Any parting words, anything you want to top your soup with before we kick you out of here?
I just want to say it's always good to be on with you fellas. Gerald, it's good to talk to you. Good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
You know, hope you guys have a good rest of your afternoon. And like I said, I'm all available anytime you guys need me.
Never put hot water on cold glass.
Yeah, I found that out.
Yeah, it cracks it.
A couple new windshields later, he figured that out. So, G, since you've made it to the deliberation room for the jury, I'm going to ask you your thoughts on today's show. How was the soup with the soup?
That was always good. You know, I like me some good chicken tortilla soup. And it was bland.
It was bland. Are you
there was no spicy meatball?
In general, are you a soup eater?
I am more of a stew eater than a soup eater. I like it to be more hearty, and it handles spices better. That's
what we should have argued on the Kumite is stew a soup, or is it its own? We'll do that another time. We'll bring Jedi Chef Chris Sorensen back for that. Any parting words, G, before we let you go?
No, I'm good. Everybody be safe. Watch out for those murder kids out there.
Watch out for murder kids. I'm going to go over to the stand. We have on the stand, he's got his hand on the Bible as we speak, being sworn in. We're going to go over to Debo. It looks like you're getting ready to testify.
Do I sit down? Do I stand up? Do I have to turn my cell phone off? No, I can just sit over here. That's fine. Okay, have a seat. Okay, good. Yes, the whole truth. Nothing but the truth. Damn you, sure will. Okay, ready to go. Hey, Duder. I just was getting grilled in the stand there. They asked me a lot of questions. They were kind of misleading. They were like, "Did you? Did you not? Is it sort of?" And then the dude just straight up looked at me and said, "Why were you there?" And then I was like, "Okay," but never happened. Just why are you there? Anywho. Apologize here in the courtroom.
That's all right. How was the soup with the soup for you?
Soup with the soup was good. I'm excited to taste the soup later. I'm gonna do it with no chicken personally. Sticking to that vegetarian diet at the moment. And but the kids were excited to get some chicken tortilla soup later tonight, and I'm assuming it's gonna be good. I can buy me some sour cream. It's gonna be good.
There you go. We were gonna play a game or
That's
today.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Wasn't
that also called Shit Creek?
It is also called Shit's Creek. But so I'm going to save most of the game for later, but I'm going to give you one now.
Okay.
And if you're not familiar with this game, it goes a little something like this. Would you rather be stuck on a lake in a boat with one oar, or would you rather have your house key break off in the lock with no other way to get it? And then you got to pick one is how the game goes. So I'm not asking you those questions.
Okay, fair enough.
Your question is, would you rather only be able to listen to Bob Dylan anytime you listen to music for the rest of your life? So whatever the situation, you go to an NSYNC concert, you hear Bob Dylan. Okay. I put on Michael Jackson, you hear Bob Dylan.
This is a rough world already. This is a rough world.
Or the only vacation you can ever take for the rest of your life is to Disneyland. Now you can go to Epcot Center or whatever, Disney World in Florida. You can go to Disneyland. It's Disney. You can go on a Disney cruise.
Definitely 100%. And I hope in my heart that I offend you. Disneyland, without a doubt. I mean, if it was only Bob Dylan after Bob Dylan after Bob Dylan, man. I mean, listen, I ain't mad at Bob Dylan. He's got a lot of songs, man. But listen, after a while, I'll be like, I got a little something. No, I'll be like on Space Mountain, and they're like, "Yo, man, can you change the tune?" They'll be like, "Nope, sorry, just Bob Dylan on Space Mountain." Yeah. Sorry, I got my headphones. Put my headphones off and go for a jog. I'm like, "Can I get something?" They're like, "Bob Dylan." Like, okay, here it comes. Now, I probably would lose it. Now, on the other tip, I could go to me some Disneyland parks, and this is cool. Like, it's fine. Like, as the only vacation ever, I could probably pull at a park. So I'm not worried about it. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we can listen to whatever we wanted to when we were there.
Yeah, you can listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers on Space Mountain.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, for sure, I probably would, you know, choose the Disneyland.
Disney vacation.
Without a doubt.
Well, on that note, I'm resigning from this show.
Yeah, well, resignation accepted. I think good show overall. I say we just get out of here with some kind words from my man Steve.
There's qualified people getting overlooked, and you know, and it's based off the color of their skin, which is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Racism to me is ridiculous. It's like, you know, we don't get a choice of what color of skin we're gonna have. We don't get a choice of a background. We don't get a choice of who our parents are and their backgrounds. We don't get a choice. And you're living your life off of something that you've been taught. You've been taught hate and taught to separate and it's weird to me. It doesn't make any sense. You know, it still doesn't, especially, you know, a lot of stuff going on today. Because America's diverse already.
On the same team, yeah, leave it right there. The only thing that we declare, we're on the same team.